Hey guys, so welcome back to another edition of our Stocks by Request, where we talk about the top stocks that you guys have requested via social media. So for this video, let's talk about Dito, PHA, Acen, APL, and also BDO. So roughly the five stocks that I had the largest value turnover in the market as of now. And the thing about that also is we're entering a holiday tomorrow, so whatever analysis that we'll have here will carry over also up until the start of the last trading day of the week, which is Friday. So, anyways, let's start. Let's do this. By the way, before I also talk about the markets in general, the PSEI dropped to 6755. So let me show you the chart also so you get to analyze it all together. And I want to note also that all of this, we saw the PSEI hit a volume or a value turnover of 13.6 billion, making it drop to 0.86% altogether. What's so interesting about that is the whole value turnover of the PSEI was around 13.6 billion. Value turnover for Dito was around 5.1 billion. So roughly almost close to half of whatever movement that we're seeing. It's pretty much uh, because of the movement that we're seeing from Dito altogether. So we'll talk about that in the back end of this video, but I want to show you the PSEI as a whole. The PSEI as of now, as you can see right here, it's floating at the 100-day moving average. Based on just the candlestick that we have right now, it's very, very clear that we've seen it close below the 100-day moving average. So mo- um, next trading day, Friday, if we see it move lower than that, then it could be a confirmation already that we're seeing the PSEI detach below the 100-day moving average. That being said, then this possible downward progression right here with these two lines projecting the channel is a more evident movement, which I think could bring the PSEI close to this upward trending slope with the support here, the 6646 level where the PSEI is at. So generally speaking, also, it's still well inside this sideways movement that we have right here, but it's currently undergoing a downward push for the PSEI altogether. Anyways, let's start everything off with PHA. So for PHA, this is how it looks. Uh, as you can see right here, yesterday it hit the resistance, close relatively lower. As of now, let me just clear this up, it's still within the range. No, for those who took profits because of its failure to break the resistance, that was a very, very good somehow 3-day move from it hitting the support February 18, you picking it up either Feb 18 or Feb 19, then taking profits either Feb 22 or Feb 23. So current narrative right now, it's still under this progression in my opinion. And what's so evident though is ang galing eh. Look at this. You see APHA go to a low of 2.66. It started to dip right here as it started to hit the 20-day moving average. Boom, it started to push up, brought about by a lot of intraday buying, which made PHA actually close at a higher note also today. So very, very interesting. It hit the 20-day moving average support, but buying brought it higher. And because of that, also, should it continually push, then it's also at the direction here. So two ways to look at it. Number one, Friday, if it opens lower than 2.98, then the progression right here back to 255 is still intact. Or if it opens higher than 2.97, 2.98, then the progression back to the resistance also is well in effect as well. But nothing much has changed. The resistance still at 3.229 and the support is still at the 255 level. MACD is still confirming as of this point in time that PHA is still relatively sideways. PHA is still moving in this sideways progression that we have. Next one, let's look at Acen. So Acen had a bit of volume also for today. This is how it looks like. Very, very clear though that uh, hit the resistance February 19, second day of failing to break it, third day of failing to break it, the fourth day also though it broke below the 20-day moving average, and in the same way it broke below the 50-day moving average as well. So current movement, current progression still uh current movement still is around 6.63, which is our level of support, and then our resistance is at the 8 peso level. So similar to a lot of the stocks that we have been tracking, it's very, very clear, it's very, very evident that it's still moving sideways. It's still not showing us either a larger stride or movement up, pretty much because of the resistance at the 8 peso 7.94 level. And then you have your resistance at the 6.63 mark. I just want to note though that it was the first time since the start of February that we saw Acen challenge and break below the 20 and 50-day moving average. So that being said, also I just like to note this: we have already a cross from MACD from a more bearish outlook. Everything that we're seeing also is pretty much predicated by the cross down that we have from the RSI level. So couple of things: RSI cross down, MACD cross down, then failure to break this particular resistance. But ASEN right now is progressing 7.94 resistance, 6.63 range. Again, selling pressure would evolve. Possible movement would bring it back to the 6.63 support level. So that's where we are right now. We talked about the market, PHA, ASEN. Before I continue with APL and BDO, if you're new to this, and also Dito at the end, I just want to reiterate to everyone that if you're new to this is not stock picks or tips. This is not me telling you what stock to buy, avoid, or to hold or to sell. This is just me sharing my ideas on how you could trade using technical analysis. Never ever buy, sell, hold, or avoid a stock just because you hear it here. Please take the time to do your own due diligence, to study. Please take the time to do your own due diligence also to learn the rudiments of when you come in, when you come out, especially right now, no, when you're looking at US markets and also the cryptocurrency market. There's a lot of volatility out there. That's why it's very, very important, if you want to venture in and deploy your own capital, it has to come to a point that you define what your entry point is and what your exit point is, and what will cause you also to hold on to it, even though there's a lot of volatility and uncertainty around. Anyways, let's look at APL. APL also for the day, no, close to the 516 million value turnover. It got sold down though, 7.27% down. We saw it close at 0.2250. So pretty much bringing it back to the support level right here. So as you can see, it dipped to a low of 0.235, but as you can see also, it's so clear that it got protected by the 20-day moving average from where it is. So hits the 20-day moving average, it started to push up. As it hit the 20-day moving average and started to push up, it closed above, at the very least, the 0.255 level. As it hit the 0.255 level, it made it progress from this range: 0.225 support, 0.29 resistance. So that's the probable and possible progression from where it was, from where it could possibly go. So proof of this particular range is we saw it break out from the Feb 17 level, hit the resistance 0.29, and now it's back right here. So Friday, should this fail to continue to hold, possible narrative is it could go here, 0.29 from the bounce of 0.255 level, but break down from 0.255. Next possible area for it to retrace is around this particular level. So again, it's following the same narrative that we've been seeing from a lot of the stocks in the market: blue chip, large cap, and even this ones, the ones that had a lot of movement at the start of the year. They're all currently consolidating right now. It's just that for APL, the range is 0.255, the resistance is 0.29. Next, BDO, which is similar to all of this, and we've been talking about this over and over. It's still progressing in the same range. As you can see right here, I'll try to clear this up first so you see it and you have a better picture of how it looks. So it's so clear right here that boom, 108 resistance, failure to break it, failure to break the 50-day moving average, failure to hold the 20-day moving average. 1, 2, 3, 4. You now have 4 candlesticks pushing the stock at a much lower stride as well. So again, failure to break this particular level, we could actually see it push back the 100 peso mark. As it pushes back there, this presents also a buying opportunity. As you can see right here, every time it hits the 100-day moving the 100 peso mark, which it did last January 6, which it did last January 29 and February 2, we saw it start to bounce. So again, this is a very, very predictable, not unpredictable, but this is a very, very good way for you to practice technical analysis on sideways markets. This is the possible progression of that particular trade. So this is around 13 to 15%, depends on how you want to position in that particular notion. So this is where BDO is: 100 support, 115 resistance. You have something at the 108 level also as a level of resistance for you. So there. Lastly, let's look at Dito. I hope you're learning and I hope that this is something that's helping you. And for those who want to learn more about this, on Saturday and Sunday this week and Saturday and Sunday next week, we have a deep dive on this technical analysis, which you can apply for Philippine markets, US markets, and the cryptocurrency market. We're going to talk about candlesticks, moving averages, trend lines, MACD, RSI, ADX, and everything else in between. That I do hope that this gives you value and content for you to be able to trade the markets with confidence. And what's interesting about Dito is this. Uh, you have a support at the 14 peso mark, and similar to all of our other examples today, it hit that particular level, very very close to it. Then it started to bounce also from an intraday aspect. So lowest 14.4, close to the 14 peso support level. Then it started to bounce. As it started to bounce, it went above the 20-day moving average. As it went above the 20-day moving average, it settled and closed at the 16 peso mark. So please do note that you have this 17.86 breakdown from that. 17.86 right now is converting itself as the new resistance. 17.86 at the new resistance, failure to break that. We now have a new range where Dito could trade on 17.86 resistance and then 14 peso support level. Couple of bearish indicators though. You have this, the MACD crossing down here, and you also have the RSI crossing down. So this denotes a cross down from overbought levels. Then you have the MACD also shift, telling you that there's a change in direction. And if I'll pinpoint the change in direction, it's very evident also that if I'll draw an upward trending line from the 10.78 support right here, you will see that the upward trending line is coasting around this particular level. And as you can see also, that upward push that was right there was broken when it also failed to hold the 17.8 resistance level. And in the same time, the upward push also showed you here that boom, breakdown from this downward movement that we have. So there, I hope that this was something that's helpful. I'll try to make more videos on this for all of you over the next few days, and even through the weekend, and also the even also to the holiday tomorrow. But I hope that use your holidays, guys, to learn more. Use your holidays for you to be able to grow in the knowledge of trading and investing. But I guess for those who love cryptocurrencies and US markets, even though there's a holiday tomorrow, you can still trade cryptos and US markets today, and you can still trade cryptos and US markets tomorrow. So that's what's nice about having more options when you start trading. You're not just dependent on one market, but you can have a piece of action, and you can also have a piece of movement also based on what's happening and based on what you see altogether. So there, for those who want to learn more about me, the books that I've written, the videos that I created, and then all of my seminars, the links are in the description below. For those who have questions, feel free to put it in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them as much as I can. For those who want to send DMs, slide it over via Instagram or Patreon, and then we're gonna try to answer all of your questions. At least no, yung mga abutan ko at kaya ko rin sagutan. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope that this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.